share what your version of Muslim means. Jesus Christ was born a Jew, raised a Jew. He was never a Muslim. Islam wasn't even around when Jesus walked.
You gotta understand is the word Muslim means one who submits to God. So anyone who is a God body, who worships God, the Creator.
So in other words, anybody that believes in God is a Muslim, right? Please, don't hand me that crap. Bullshit.
No, that's true. I promise you.
Well, version of true. It's not mine. I was never a Muslim. I never will be a Muslim. I mean, how convenient for Muslims to say that everybody's born a Muslim, and if you believe in God, you're a Muslim. Please.
Because you're forgetting the simplicity of it. You're seeing all the pain and heartache in what you've heard in your life. You've seen all this.
My life has absolutely nothing to do with this. I've read the Quran. I have read the Hadith. I have read The Reliance of the Traveler. I've also read other Islamic ideology. It has nothing to do with the experiences in my life.
No, but before you read them books, you already had your mind made up, didn't you?
How could I have my mind made up if I knew nothing about it? How could my mind be made up if I knew absolutely nothing about it? And then I started to research and study it to find out what the hell is going on. Why are Muslims acting in the way that they're acting? You know, before 9/11, most Americans didn't know diddly about Islam. And most Americans are still woefully ignorant about the true inherent nature of Islam. That's going to change.
Okay, when you say Islam, do you mean the Arab people of what they do, or the true Muslims that you would love to meet and you would love to have as a friend that you honestly would if you met these people?
I'm talking about Islam itself. The ideology of Islam, what it is based on the Quran. That's what I'm talking about. It's not specific to Arab Muslims. It's not specific to Indonesian Muslims or Chinese Muslims or anybody else. I'm talking about Islam itself.
I think people see Islam, and then so many people convert because I've done seen it. Like my mother, for instance, I show her, and she says, okay, Jesus is not God. I've never believed that. I've always worshipped God. And then she understands, and then I don't even explain nothing to her. She does the research on her own. So when Americans learn about it, they are usually amazed and they convert, honestly.
Oh, please, don't hand me that claptrap. Come on. Come on. Were that true, we would be a predominantly Muslim nation, and we're not. This is a Christian nation, believe it or not. People don't hear about Islam and go flocking to it in droves to convert. Just because your mother decided to swallow that crap does not mean that everybody else does.
Okay, do the research. Once you're so, do so.
Plenty of research, and a lot of people are leaving Islam, and a lot more people perhaps would leave it as well if they didn't have to be terrified that they might be killed for leaving it. I mean, you live here in the United States. I'm sure you're familiar with the Riska Barry story. This poor child is afraid that her parents are going to kill her for being an apostate from Islam. And her fears are very valid and very real. After all, didn't Muhammad say if a Muslim discards his religion, kill him?
The simplicity of it is we worship God by Himself.
I see that you're not going to address that issue, are you?
I don't have to, because you already know the deal.
Don't have to. What, you're going to sit there and tell me it's not true? That apostasy is those that engage in it are not to be put to death according to Islam? But yet Muslims want to throw in your face constantly, let there be no compulsion in religion. Oh, please, that verse was later abrogated.
Yep, just like the Trinity.
We're not here to discuss the Trinity in the Bible. We were here to discuss Islam, Isn't that what this room is for? To discuss the true meaning of Islam? And as a typical Muslim, whenever an issue comes up that you find difficult or that you can't come up with an explanation for, you turn the subject back to Christianity.
No, see, the reason I can't answer that question is because I'm not a scholar, and I'm very sorry for that, okay?
You don't have to be a scholar to understand it. How much brains do you need to understand that Muhammad said, if a Muslim leaves his religion, kill him? How much of a scholar do you need to be to comprehend that all four schools of Islamic jurisprudence call for the death of anyone who is an apostate? Does it really take that much brains to figure that out?
So you'd rather follow the Bible instead of the true Word of God? I said, so you'd rather follow a different religion than the last message of God, basically.
I would rather follow any religion on earth than Islam.
Allahu Akbar.
You gonna blow us up now?
No, someone asked for it, so I said God is most great. You're very funny. You made me smile when you said that. Because that is kind of sad, because that's not true. These people blowing themselves up either.
That's what they always say before they blow something up.
Well, yeah, they say God is most great because they're going to hope to God they go to heaven, but they're not because they're killing innocent people, which is against Islam.
No. Innocent people are only classified as Muslims. If you're non-Muslims, you are not considered innocent. It's in the Quran.
Nope.
Yes.
Yep.
I don't know what Quran you read.
I got a Shakir version of it right here in front of me.
The only time you can kill somebody is if they've caused harm to you or your family or to the religion of God.
Exactly.
Right. That's why the Quran calls for three choices only for non-Muslims. You either convert, you live under dhimmitude, which is second-class citizen status, or you be put to death. Okay? Muslims are always yapping and whining and crying and carrying on about how they're being persecuted. Please give me a break. Give me a break. What other religion says that you have to treat those that are not of the same religion of you as a second-class citizen, a dhimmi, somebody that's not equal to you and never will be, and must live with harassment and discrimination all their